Hey, so what's going on? I'm just going to do this quick review of a product I just bought for my TT bike right there. Basically tomorrow is my first race of the season, so I'm currently prepping my bike, getting it all ready for the TT race season. More importantly, I'm trying to find as many marginal gains as I can. And I know marginal gains is one of those things that some people kind of sniff at. And it's understandable on most bikes. You don't need marginal gains on a standard, chain gang weekend warrior road bike. But when you're doing time trials, it does help. If you can be that 1 second faster, 100th of a second faster, it's a personal best. It's going to make you, it's faster. There's no two ways about it. It's faster. So this year I'm basically going all out trying to make my bike as fast as possible. But I'm trying to do it on a budget to a degree. The one thing I'm doing, and the one thing I'm going to reviewing right now is this. It's oversized jockey wheels. Now you've probably seen these by a company called Ceramic Speed that a lot of pros are running. They retail for about £300-400, so it's a lot of money. But what this is a Chinese or Asian copy. I can't remember where I got it from. Basically off eBay. It cost me 90 quid. It's still a lot of money, but if you look at that, I mean, they're spinning forever. They're not even ceramic. They're actually, I think they're steel bearings. But overall, I mean, the product itself, when you see it up close, it's basic. It's aluminium arms, aluminium jockey wheels. Nicely constructed. It's nothing amazing. At a glance, I think the whole thing looks shit. I think the Ceramic Speed one looks shit. I don't like oversized jockey wheels, but what they do is really important. A chain travelling at 90 RPM for a minute will have over 40,000 articulations. So by reducing the amount of friction those articulations have, you put bigger wheels in there. So imagine a chain going around a real tight radius that it has to go from straight to bend, to bend over a tighter radius. So if you slacken that radius off, there's less articulation, so there's less friction there. So they do reduce resistance, so therefore increase the watts. Are we talking lots of watts now? You're probably not even talking a watt. I'm going to try this out. I'm also doing other things to my bike, such as taking the grease out of the bearings on my bottom bracket and replacing it with oil. And yes, it's not ideal, but I service my bike regularly. I'll probably be doing this like once a week, just checking the bearings and stuff. Another thing I have bought is a UFO chain. Very expensive, and they last for around 400 miles. And I think 400 miles is not very far for an average road bike, but for someone like myself doing 10-mile TTs, I'm not even going to do that in a season. So it'll last me quite a while, to be fair. It's all right. Let's get fitting. Okay, so I'm fitting it to my Ultegra Mech. You see the current bearings, the current jockey wheels. This is as good as they get. There's quite a bit of friction there. Obviously 11-tooth one, so pretty tight. And this is what I'm going to be fitting. So the size of that bad boy, huge. No, you can see straight away how smooth those bearings are, allowing the jockey wheels to spin. The thing with the Digirit, this is the box it comes in. It just says it's for the Shimano 6800, which is what this is. But what it doesn't do is give you any instructions on how to fit it. But I'm a mechanic with a lot of experience, so I'm sure I'll work it out. So let's take this apart. So the first thing I've done is remove the jockey wheels and the inner plate, and then basically what you're left with is this Allen key bolt there. So that's holding on the outer plate, which is what I wanted to remove. So I just need a 5 Allen key to up. So basically, as you undo that Allen key bolt, it's obviously spring loaded, that pops up, and that little tab that sits behind this little tab here. So that tab sits behind that tab. So as you undo this, it's going to spin round and come off. That's your internal spring. So we need all these parts to fit the new one on. Okay, let's get on with it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is basically the spring here, that little tab, is going to locate in one of these holes. On the old one, it was mounted in the top one here, So I'm going to mount it in roughly, I'm going to go with the middle one. Obviously you can change this to your own preference, I guess. But it's just basically to see how it pans out. Okay, so what I've done is assembled the parts together. I've had to take the guide jockey wheel off, and that's allowed me to put the bolt through the back. And then I'll be able to put the spring in place, along with it's like a little wash that sits on top of the bolt. And all I've got to do now is push this into here and screw it up. So that's the Digirit fitted. First thing you notice when you fit one of these is that the jockey wheel fouls the actual the mech itself. But don't worry about that, because obviously when the mech is in position, the chain arm is not going to hit, so just bear that in mind. But yeah, it goes on nice. It's quite a steady little bit of kit. So I'm just going to put the rest of the bike up, put the chain on, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so it's a few days after I've raced the bike. Digirit performed really well. The drivetrain felt noticeably smoother, just a lot freer. Obviously it's hard to kind of tell how much better it was. I came third in the race overall. I was 1 second off coming second. So yeah, maybe if I found out what else I could have got second. But no, serious aside, it's a really good little product. It's really sturdy. The gear shifting was excellent. I did wonder if the gear shifting might be a bit wanky, but it's fine. I didn't even adjust the bead tension screw or anything. Just put the new chain on, off I went. Speaking of chains, I ran the Ceramic Speed UFO chain, which was a new version one. Again, that was great. Apart from downside of UFO chains is they cover the bike in kind of like this little dust you can see all over. So it's just part of the kind of like the paraffin powder, whatever they use, that basically that comes off. But eventually, once that's off, you can dust it down, off you go. But all in all, I really rate this product. I think they're 89 quid off eBay. Just Google it, Digirit. They do another version which is a bit cheaper with a smaller jockey wheel at the top, like a guide jockey wheel that's smaller. But I went for this one. It's more kind of similar to the Ceramic Speed one. So if you're after some marginal gains, check it out.